can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey, bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your bush today.
Ceasefire violations in Gaza. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. The Israeli military said a short time ago that it has started reinforcing the Gaza ceasefire following a violation by Hamas. Fox's Trey Yangst has more from Tel Aviv.
We understand, according to a military official, that Hamas violated the ceasefire at 3 separate locations across the enclave, and the Israelis have responded, striking more than 20 different targets within the Gaza Strip. We also got a statement from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who held security consultations with his defense minister and the top security echelon here in Israel today, saying that they will forcefully respond to this violation of the ceasefire. Hamas says they were not aware of any clashes in the southern part of the Strip, but as we know in the past, this organization has lied about their operations on the ground inside Gaza, and it is a fractured organization.
Fighting has flared up between the two sides several times since the ceasefire started, but this is the first time that Israel has fought back with strikes across Gaza, and it's also the first time that Hamas has killed IDF troops during the ceasefire. Visitors won't be able to see the Louvre Museum in Paris today. It is closed while police investigate a brazen heist that targeted France's priceless crown jewels.
The French Interior Minister said the masked intruders were prepared. They had scouted out the venue, saying they used a basket lift mounted to a truck, broke a window, and cut panes with a disc cutter. Once inside, they broke into display cases, stealing 9 items, according to the Paris prosecutor, including tiaras, necklaces, earrings, and brooches. But one of those items was later found outside. French media outlets say it was the crown of Napoleon III's wife, Empress Eugenie.
Fox's Stephanie Bennett. And President Trump says he is slashing funds to Colombia because that president, in his words, does nothing to stop drug production. America's listening to Fox News.
It's Will Kane Country. Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday at foxnews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss the show. Listen and follow the podcast 5 days a week at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
China is accusing the U.S. National Security Agency of carrying out cyber attacks on its National Time Center. Beijing claims damage to the center could have disrupted network communications, financial systems, and its energy supplies. The Ministry of State Security alleges that the U.S. agency exploited vulnerabilities in the messaging services for a foreign mobile phone brand, and that was, it says, to steal sensitive information from devices of the center's staff. No comment from the U.S. Embassy in Beijing. Massive crowds in major cities such as New York and Washington, D.C., even London, took part in yesterday's anti-Trump No Kings protests.
The premise of their movement revolves around the argument that the president is abusing his power. They point to immigration detentions and the deployment of National Guard troops. But House Speaker Mike Johnson says their message is flawed. Johnson says the protests were merely a cover for Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. He's accusing Schumer of caving to the far-left flank in the government funding fight. Johnson told Fox Business he hopes Democrats will be willing to accept the GOP short-term funding bill now that the rallies are over. Until then, he's refusing to call the House back into session. But Democrats are not budging on health care concessions. They're rejecting Senate Majority Leader John Thune's offer for a vote on Obamacare subsidies after the government reopens.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. And the bass player for Limp Bizkit, Sam Rivers, has died. The band posted about the 48-year-old's death online, but did not give a reason. Members, however, praised him as pure magic and that the sound of soul was in his music. Also, checking the gas prices for today, they are trending lower. AAA says the national average is $3.04 a gallon, down for the 13th straight day and 16 cents less than a month ago. I'm Carmen Roberts, and this is Fox News.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light to you. Buy a pack here at home, win big prizes too. Gather your friends, the season is here. It's the 12 packs of Christmas from Bud Light.
The 12 weeks of cheers are on. Purchase any 12-pack of Bud Light, Budweiser, or Michelob Ultra cans now through December 19th for your chance to win a trip for two to watch your favorite NFL team live, plus weekly prizes. Details at currentcnmi.com.
As the day unfolds with laughter and cheer, Brad's got the magic that brings us all near. Sharing tales of hope
Holy cow, I think I need to adjust this camera. I think it's slowly sagging because I've had to lower the seat and it feels kind of awkward. I'm used to sitting up higher on this thing. My gosh. Oh my goodness. It's like a totally different perspective over here. Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning. It's 7:45. The weekend is over and the dreadful rain and gloom is here. It is Monday. Hey, but you still got to do it. You still got to go to work. And my goodness, it is a slow morning, but we've got a lot going on today. Already had big news from our U.S. Congresswoman this morning. She's up and at 'em early. Well, to be fair, she's over there in D.C. where it is now like a 5:45. Excuse me. My gosh, it's is it 5:45? No, 5:45. Over there in the mainland, and I'm still yawning. I got to get going, and we got something big coming up here in about an hour and 15 minutes. We're going to be at the governor's office for a press conference that they're going to have. They're unveiling the new EBT system out here. Like EBT, what is that? That's like your food stamp, only it's a card that you get to bring all over the place. And do you get one? Maybe. But maybe not. It depends on who you are and what you got and if you qualify for it. But it's going to be we're going to find out all about that this morning, and we'll be doing that. So we're going to cut the show a little bit shorter than normal today. We're going to get out of here at 8:30. We're going to board the NMI News Service helicopter and fly from here in Oleai all the way up to Capitol Hill so we can bring that to you so you can know everything that's happening for sure. Hey, we got some news, and we're going to talk a little bit about what the weather is today. And I'll tell you what, it's not a sexy weather day. Sorry, Piling Gazetmo. You're definitely not going to feel hot and sexy over here in the Marianas today. You're going to be feeling wet, that's for sure. So you got that going for you. 81 degrees right now outside at the Saipan International Airport. Humidity's at 91 degrees, and it's going to be raining. Showers likely, and possibly thunderstorms. Did you see the lightning this morning? I didn't hear the thunder, but I definitely saw the lightning happening off to our south, and it was pretty cool to see this morning as we were overlooking Garapan and seeing that all that out there. Cloudy all day today, looking at a high near 85. It's going to be breezy. The news van of justice being blown around a little bit this morning. We're looking at a 60% chance of rain. What does that mean? It's raining. If you like it, that's what you got. And that is 100% what we've got today. 60%. It is going to be raining today. That's what we got. Oh, you heard the thunder. Oh, my goodness. Well, I want to say good morning to you guys. And Luisa Cabrera in the house, thank you for joining it. Maybe it was something else. Maybe Chuck was eating some beans last night. I don't know. It could have been anything happening. Good morning to you, Carmen. Thanks for tuning in today. Subling Sins 08. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Buenos Lasur to you. Toba Castro, the man, the myth, the legend, the tip man from Dan. He's giving us the weather report from everything that's going on up there right now on the south side, the southeast side over there in Dan. You get like all the weather first. You would be like the breaking news of weather channels over there. Get your weather first from Toba Castro in the morning, Mondays. 6 o'clock here in the Marianas. All right, guys, let's take a look over there at traffic, though, before we get too crazy. I want to get around and let you know what's happening and where it's happening out there in the Marianas. This is what we've got right now. That's a live look at the situation over there by Shell Dandan. Not too bad at all. Today's one of those slow days. And that's not a bad thing at all. A little bit of traffic over there in Aslito Drive as the late parents get their kids off to school. Heading up Beach Road from the south, making your way all the way up north. Again, looking pretty good. Even by the intersection that matters, by the place where connections matters, by IT&E, it's pretty cherry day today. Nice and easy, as no one's in a particular hurry this morning. A little bit of a traffic backup if you're making your way south along Middle Road through Gualo Rye once you get to the light. And then when you get into Garapan, everything's pretty chill. Till you get to the pickleball courts, looks like those cars trying to go north and south, and they've been waiting for a little while, so they're starting to back up a little bit. Everything through Puerto Rico is looking pretty, as LJ would say, cherry, strawberry, and everything else along the Back Island Road looks pretty good. Is this like a great day for traffic in the CNMI? Okay, there's a little bit going on right now everywhere between the college
and Jota and Dan. But that is going to be a lot busier pretty soon, because this Friday we're going to be bringing you live the kickoff, the unveiling, the grand opening, the ribbon cutting, the festival of learning over at NMC, when we're going to open up the student center for real. And we're going to be there with you, so it's going to be great. And you could drive there, but you could even just hop on Transit CNMI. Woo! Transit CNMI, they're getting you everywhere you need to go around the Marianas. On the Blue Line, the Blue Line's $2, takes you where you need to go, unless you're a student, Monamco, veteran, active duty military, or you've got a disability. Then it's only $1. That is a sweet deal, my friend, but make sure you pay an exact change, because they can't do that for you. They're not breaking dollars for you. They are breaking the speed barrier to get you where you need to go. Somehow they do it by going the speed limit, but they're amazing. They're delivering you Monday through Friday, 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. Weekends and holidays, 6:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. And if you want some more information, give them a call at 236-2682. Transit CNMI and the Blue Line. It's pretty sweet. They've got just about everything going on over there. I love those guys. They've got sweet rides. They've got great air conditioning. It's great. It's comfortable. It smells nice. And even better, there's free Wi-Fi. So wherever you need to go, you can get there while burying your face in your phone. You don't even have to worry about driving. Those guys are great. Transit CNMI. All right, let's take a look. Here's Tobot did give us the weather report. He said scattered showers raining at my house, but not at Gin Lee store. East Bay looks super breezy and cloudy. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you yesterday we went down to the beach, and it was not at all calm. It was rolling in. The seas are churning up. The sea was angry that day, my friends. Costanza says, yeah, it was a rough day out there in the open waters. You would not stand a chance. You got to get yourself a life jacket and some big old deep water fins if you want to try to swim anywhere yesterday. All right, well, let's get to it. We did get you the update, the morning update from Fox News. On Mondays, Associated Press does not have it because it is their Sunday, so we're not able to grab it. I love Fox News, if for no other reason, because it gives me a 5-minute break. The Associated Press, their update's only 3 minutes. So Fox News gives you 5 minutes. That's enough time for me to walk around and get everything done in here. It's pretty neat. But they also do give us some great sports reports. So before we get on here today, we will get you the sports report. Again, today is going to be a shorter show because we are going to be heading to the governor's office later to bring you everything that's going on with this brand new EBT card system that we've got. Speaking of things that are new and exciting, the NMI News Service website. What? I know, right? It is cool. All the kids are talking about it. The kids are talking about website? Maybe. But we're on there. You can actually see it right now. That is a live look at us looking at ourselves. But you can see the latest stories that are up there from the NMI News Service. You got local, and we've got regional, and we've got national stories that are all up there. But one of the coolest things that we saw this morning was this update that came in from our Congresswoman, Kimberly King Hines. She's out there in D.C. and putting stuff out there for us because she's dropping some information bombs on us, like in a good way. It's not a bad thing at all. In fact, let me find if I can't just get this on here for you. Because I want you to be able to see this. Oh, geez, that's the commercial. All right. Well, she does have some good info for us this morning because there's some money. Well, here, you can find out about it on the NMI News Service. Let's just go there. Here we go. It says the CNMI was awarded $5.7 million in first quarter federal assistance, which is great, but it's here and it's cash. And this was in a video that she dropped this morning. Our Congresswoman was saying, hey, we're good. In fact, the first $400,000 can be drawn down this month and additional drawdowns in the months to come.
as required by all the stuff that's submitted and all that other stuff. She thanked everybody under the sun, the Apatang Mendiola. This was a big thing. She thanked everybody for working together, and that's going to be something that we're definitely going to need if we're going to be able to move forward together through all this this tough stuff that we've got. And I don't think that's a shock to anybody, but we will show you the video. I just want to pull it up here on the screen, and I'll pop it up there for you. But I got to do it in a way where I'm actually able to see it too. All right, so NMI News Service, we'll get it in the clips that you've got. You guys can be able to watch it over here. Oh, I've got it in downloads too. There we go, we'll put it up on the screen here.
Let's kick off this Monday, this entire week, with some good news. What is that good news, yes? Money, 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 money. So remember when Governor Apatang was out here for the 902 talks, and we shared with everybody that those conversations were kind of put on pause so that we can work on the immediate needs of the CNMI government? And remember when we shared that the needs were broken down by quarter in terms of the cash ask? Well, Deputy Assistant Secretary Angel Damapan just announced that that first quarter ask to the tune of $5.7 million has just been awarded to the CNMI, all right? And the CNMI can begin drawing down around $400-some thousand, at least for this month, and then the subsequent months, as they submit the necessary documentation, they can draw down on those funds. Guys, this is a huge deal, okay? This, outside of the pandemic or a natural disaster like a typhoon, getting a cash infusion for government operations just doesn't happen, okay? It just doesn't happen. And so I want to first of all give a shout out to the Apatang Mendiola administration for getting it together and actually submitting all the necessary documents to OIA as requested after those conversations, right? You know, this is what happens when we all work together, when we're saying the same things with regards to what's happening back home, right? We're speaking the same language. We're marching towards the same direction. I also want to say thank you to both the Senate and the House leadership for just coming together, because this is, this is the time for all of us to kind of look at our situation for what it is and figure out how to find a pathway moving forward. And the only way we can do this, guys, is if we're working together, all right? You know what? I'd also be remiss if I didn't come on here and say thank you to President Trump, to Secretary Burgum, to PDAS Bill Higgs, to DAS Angel Damapan, and the entire Insular Affairs team for all their hard work and for willing to just drop everything so that we can begin working on getting this money as quickly as possible to the CNMI government. We have a lot of work cut out for us, and there are a couple of other things that we're working on with the Interior and the administration to be able to provide the much needed relief to our government and to figure out how to actually start, jump-starting this tourism industry, right? And so there's a lot of things in the works. But for now, this is amazing news, guys. This is amazing news. So I just ask, let's continue to work together, okay? Let's keep marching in the same direction. I'm here until the federal government opens back up, and I'm going to continue to knock on the doors and continue the work with our federal partners to address some of our most immediate concerns, at least with those offices that are open right now, given the shutdown. But this is amazing news, guys. This is much needed relief. And I'm just really happy. I'm really happy that this could happen. And, let's continue to pray, okay? I love you guys. I really wish I was home, but this is so, this is what's the most rewarding part about this of this job, right? Is to be able to come on here and deliver some good news. Hang in there. Let's continue to pray for one another, okay? Let's keep thinking positive. Let's continue working towards how to just be the best that we can be, okay? I love you, Sinamai.
All right, that's our U.S. Congresswoman Kimberly King Hines giving us an update on what's happening, kind of getting us a little bit of a reason to be excited about something that's happened here economically here in the Commonwealth. Knowing that all the stuff that we're going through, and boy, we hear that stuff about the budget, but then we hear the stuff more about the funds that aren't accounted for or that are questionable with the expenses and all that stuff. It's like, holy crap, what are we doing? Where are we going to go? What's the future of our Commonwealth? And so it's nice to hear. It's nice to hear something nice for a change. So I was happy to hear that it's not perfect. It's not done. It's not like the be all end all. But the good news is it is welcome news that there is help on the way. And who could be upset about that, right? That was good news. It was definitely good news. But that audit, though, that's the thing. Are we going to have to pay back like $250 million? Gosh, I hope not. Right now, there is some stuff that it's possible, but everything's possible with all that stuff. So we'll have to see about it. It's like the sins of our fathers is what we're paying for. We're about to anyway, and we'll see how that works out. All right, well, that part wasn't great news, but there is good news out there, no doubt about it. So especially, we were talking about the old Hyatt, the Marianas Business. I was thinking Marianas Business Plaza. The Marianas Beach Resort, they've got good news also, because they are now in good shape. Now, we hadn't received what they actually posted, but we know that they were talking about, because Dave Hood, he also owns the radio station right over there at KZMI and Power 99. And we had heard that he was putting out the messages that, hey, we're good. We paid everything up. We're good to go with everybody, and all that stuff is fantastic, which is awesome. I mean, really, that's what we'd want to hear. But we were trying to get the details on that, and we did get them from the folks over at DPL, and so DPL was pretty stoked. In fact, hold on. Let me go back. I went to the wrong page. I'm over here. So I'm going to the website that we got here, right? So NMI News Service, because I can get all those news things now. Yay, because we do them. All right, so from Marianas MB Capital. I don't know what MB stands for. Marianas Beach Resort, though. MB Capital Holdings. Maybe it's Marianas Beach, who knows? But either way, DPL put this out that they had paid for everything that they had in arrears, and they are good to go, and they were happy. They had reached out to DPL so that they could work everything out, and they did. So that's a great thing that they were able to do that. That's what you want, right? You don't want to hear what now that Hyatt's going to close too. No, it looks like they're good to go. And that was coming directly from DPL telling us that they had already taken care of all that stuff. So where it looked like it was going to be a little sketchy and a little bit scary, things are definitely coming back together. So that's good. Going back to it, though, the other thing is, how's the rest of the budget looking? Because for a lot of folks, it's doing okay-ish. We know that we're going to be hurting. We're going to have some austerity and everything, but we're kind of getting ready for that. The big thing is what's going on with MPLT loan. We thought that this was going to be a done deal. MPLT, though, says, hey, we haven't done anything yet. What are you talking about? So really, the MPLT still hasn't gone through with that $29 million loan that would end up going, well, it's more than that. I mean, the big thing is the amount of the loan that's going to go just to take care of the retirees. Retirees won't have their contribution paid in whole unless that MPLT loan goes through. And that's also going to be holding up what happens with the budget for PSS. Kind of tough. Yeah, Louisa, I do talk to myself. It's a true story. Less arguments that way. True story. But what's going on with MPLT? We're going to try to get to them today to ask them, what's the plan? What's the process? They already said they're not a big fan of that loan idea. They talked about why it's not a good thing. And now we need to hear what we want to hear from them, because everybody else seems to say right now they're putting all the pressure on MPLT. Like, hey, MPLT, you're the only one holding this up. What gives? And MPLT's like, hey, bro, this is not my problem. You're the ones who got this issue. So we need to hear it directly from them on this one. We're going to go and get that from them later today. It is a tough pull. It's a tough row to hoe. But while we have all these financial challenges right now, that's why that news from our Congresswoman is such a big deal. Because while the federal government is shut down, we are moving forward on something, and that we're getting that $5.7 million, and that's just for the first quarter. There's still like more. We're supposed to do it quarter by quarter, and we're supposed to get more money, and essentially like a bailout, like she called it. And now it's like, well, where are we going? What are we going to do next? The only thing that frustrates me a little bit is when we're seeing that there haven't been any solutions. We're looking for solutions on how to keep spending the way we spend, instead of looking for the solutions to how we're going to continue to run our government and run our agencies, making less money, having less money coming into the system, which is really the big thing. This is not about firing people. This is not about eliminating jobs and all that other stuff, unless there's duplication, right? Because you hear people bang that drum. It's so easy to hear people say, oh, yeah, well, the government's too big. We need to fire all these people who aren't qualified and all this other stuff, blah, 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 blah. All that does is get people scared. You could do it without that. Yes, the labor is an issue, right? There are going to be some positions that probably got to wind down. But do the other stuff first. Make it exciting. Let the people of the Commonwealth enjoy this adventure of trying to reduce the cost of our government. Brad, that's crazy. Yeah, I know. I guess it is crazy. But really, let's look at this. I mean, we've seen the success of our Commonwealth, and then we've seen it kind of contract a little bit. All right, we got to do that with the size of our government. We just can't keep finding a way to keep it that big, right? You can't. You just can't do it. And if we do that, we're only selling ourselves out. No, that's exactly what we're doing. We're hurting ourselves if we're just trying to find a way to keep our government the same size that it is right now. And by that, I don't mean personnel. I'm not even talking about personnel yet. We just can't keep spending the way we're spending. We can't look for the amount of money to keep us spending the way we're spending. Anyone who says that we do that, they're having the wrong conversation. You're not going to hear from people who aren't working for the government. There's not people in the government who are saying that, hey, we need to give our government more money. No. MBA needs more money. Damn right, I agree. But what are they going to do with it? We can't just give them more money. MBA needs more money, but we need to make sure that we're giving them money that we actually can afford, right? So we got to take the money from somewhere else, take it away from those cars. Well, hey, we got to make sure we have essential services for medical referral. Damn right. You totally agree. We need more money for that. So let's look at ways that we can reduce that stuff. I'll tell you what, I will never be governor of even my own house. But if I was, I would be in there with all of my cabinet members saying, all right, guys, look, we have $158 million, period, with a T, period. Where are we going to cut from your office? And whoever gets me the best wins a prize. You get to keep your job. If you can't come up with a way to reduce the expenditures out of your office, then you got to change the people who are working there. I know they've got to do their regular jobs, and hey, this is impossible. You can't ask us to do all these jobs and with less money and less resources. I know, but yes, I am. That's exactly what we're going to ask for you to do. You got to come up with a way to do it, and damn right you can. For sure you can. The government has not been leaving on these starvation budget. We've been doing pretty good. So why not? No, I'm not going back to pretty darn good. I'm not using that phrase. Thanks. That's a great. I don't know how you typed it that fast, but that was awesome. But the individual budgets for the individual agencies can definitely be reduced. And it doesn't have to mean you're cutting jobs. It just means be smarter about the money you're spending. That's it. Be smarter about the money that you're spending. And if you're running one of those agencies, I know it sucks because you don't want to be the one who does it first. You don't want to be the one who gives up your car or parks it at night. You don't want to be the one who has to start paying for your own gas. I know, especially now with austerity, right? The reason why we have austerity is because we're trying to pay for all the other stuff. If everybody does it, it's going to be a lot better. I'm telling you, you're looking for austerity to try to maintain a government you're scaling down the amount of money that you give to the people based on your ability to continue the current operation that you've got, which is clearly not sustainable. You just got to fix it. It's not easy. And it's not easy to be first. That's why that leadership decision has to come from the top. Governor's got to say it. Lieutenant governor's got to say it. And it's hard for them to do that if people are still getting hired, right? I'm telling you, like, it's not going to make me any friends up there. And I like these guys. It's a tough one. But, like, how much? No, I don't want. I'm not going to single anybody out. But the important part is that everybody can make these cuts. What are you going to do? The legislature can make cuts. Yes, they can. The executive branch can make cuts. Probably have the ability to make the most out of everybody. And then the judiciary, can they make cuts? Yeah. I mean, don't get them wrong. Don't tell them that, though. They're going to say, like, no. Nope. Hey, you can't cut me at the judiciary. If you do, I'm not going to conflict myself out of your next case. I know, but everybody can do it. So far, the only person who's made, or the only agency that has made any cuts at all, or any attempts at making cuts, has been PSS. So hats off to PSS Commissioner Lawrence Camacho. But they're all over. They're all over the opportunities to do it. And you don't have to make the first start at cutting people. Like, look at your operation. What can we get away with not doing? What can we get away with not spending? First step, the first step is those vehicles. It's the easy one. It is the easy step. You know it. I know it. The American people know it. I'm telling you, everybody knows what's going on with the government vehicles. There's no reason why I should be seeing people who don't have emergency response jobs should not be taking vehicles home. That's it. People who don't have emergency response jobs should not be taking vehicles home. And that goes for all of them. All right. And I'm telling you, I see it when I'm on my way to the office here, and I see someone who's got like a regular government job driving down the road at like 6 a.m. to do whatever it is that they're doing. What are they doing? I know their government office isn't open, and I'm not singling them out right now. Doesn't matter. Like that's not the intent of this. It's just talking about government wide, and that's it. That's how we pay less money in taxes, because our government can spend less money, and it's good for us. It's good for everybody. We would pay less in taxes. Brad, we already don't. I know, but I mean, dude, we end up paying more for it because just for like utilities alone, we're subsidizing. We're not just funding the government utilities. We're also subsidizing through the fact that they're not paying for them. All right. So like this is where
we spend less money by making those changes. Like, it should be like the number one priority, save for the folks at the hospital who are trying to keep people alive and stuff. It should be the top priority for everyone is find out how to do the most you can do with less money than we're currently spending. Oh, Brad, that's a dream world. You can't do that, you know? Yes, you can. Guaranteed. It might just take a little bit longer to do some stuff. You know, that's it. Clearly, that's the issue. So let's spend less money doing the same thing instead of trying to find the same money, because then everybody can get paid the full amount for what they're doing. That part's pretty easy. But it's not all easy. All right. Well, we only got about 15 minutes left today. And the reason is, like I said, because we're going to be heading off to go and go cover this press conference that's taking place in about 45 minutes. Well, we can't just get there. Like, they don't always start on time. They always don't start when, like, sometimes they start early. You just got to get there early. And that's it. But I can't stop the show too early. You know, we got to do it. Cuts in insurance will save a bunch. As long as it's not Stay-Well. You got to keep Stay-Well. Double it. Triple it. Annie Saban, good morning. Oh, man. You know what? I'll tell you what. When I got to meet you in person, it was such a treat. You are such a sweetheart. I got to see you guys again. And maybe, you know, we could just get together and grab some breakfast. You get that husband of yours out there. Let's go grab some coffee and some breakfast and have a morning after the morning show. That'd be great. Maybe it's lunch. Or maybe we double date. We'll bring Kathy and we'll go for dinner. That sounds like a lot of fun, too. Great to see you. All right. What else do we got going on right now? Well, let's get into some of the top stories. If you look at the ticker, all those stories are here on the NMI News Service website, www.nminewsservice.com. And, man, I'll tell you, if you're wondering why the van's outside all the time, it's because I'm doing this all the time. Saipan Girl 670 says, on those government vehicles, they should also put drive it like you stole it stickers. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, that's a great comment. Oh, man. I'll tell you what. I am not the best driver. No, don't tell Kathy I said this, because then she's going to be, I told you. I'm not the best driver. I'm pretty good. But there are some times when I'm in a hurry, and it shouldn't be all the time. That's why we're going to get out of here at 8:30 so I can make sure I can get up there with plenty of time. But, you know, I've over the past all these years that I've been a driver, I have been guilty of driving poorly at some time or another. So I can't blame everybody. But the worst time to drive badly is when you're driving a company vehicle or a government vehicle, because you become like, it becomes way bigger for everybody in that division, in that unit, in that, forget it if it's like a military, or for that company. Remember that video that we showed you about that road rage in Guam, where that guy got out of his truck and started beating the lady from the other car who was wearing stories? I mean, neither one of them should have got out of their vehicle and started any of that stuff. But I can't remember the name of the company now because it's out of Guam. But, man, that in Guam, that thing in Guam, man, I'll tell you, that blew up. I can't imagine the guy who drove that truck, because then when he opened the door to get back in his car, it was like perfect in line with the camera. Somebody's calling my phone, but they're calling the wrong phone if they're trying to call the show. So I'm just going to say, please text me. So that's one. But the other one, I'd probably get a copyright strike if I show you this clip. But there's this movie called Crazy People. And it's a comedy from like the 80s. And it was about a marketing executive for a company. And he was coming up with different ads. And he ended up getting committed out of burnout and everything like that. And while he's in there, he gets all the folks who are committed with him in the institution to become this ad wing for their company, because he still kept his job. And he ended up designing this commercial for a delivery company. I just want to see if I can show it to you.
people ad. Yeah. Only the delivery ad is so good. If I could find it really quickly, if not, I'm just going to tell you what it was. There we go. I could see all these delivery company. Because some of these were just awesome. Some of the other ones are not great. There's a little bit of language, and they're funny, but the commercial. Oh, this is it. I found it. Continental Express. Here we go. We're gonna put it in the share screen for you. I love this one. This is hilarious. Let me turn off this music and play it for you. Hold on, it's not full screening the way it's supposed to. Oh, let's say these things sometimes, I swear. Okay. I've got a plan. I've got a plan. I wish I had this better for you guys. Sometimes I'm quick. Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. Anyone know that one? No? Oh, here we go. I know, this is a total momentum killer. Dispensa. All right, well, at least I got it now. I just got to move all this other stuff out of the way. Come on. See, this is why I need a producer. Someone who I could be like, hey, Jamie, can you pull that up? Okay, you ready? Yeah, I know, it's tough. It's a tough life I've got here. All right, here we go.
Up yours, pal. I got a delivery to make.
Continental Express. We'll screw them to get your package there on time.
That is the best. I love that. Continental Express. We'll screw them to get your package there on time. Yeah, that whole movie had a whole bunch of great ones in there. like the ad that they had for Jaguar, which was awesome. That stuff was terrific. It was an ad for Jaguar. It was for men who like to get hand jobs. Cars for men who like to get hand jobs from beautiful women they don't know. Like that's one of the slogans for Jaguar. Oh my God, dude, I'm telling you, just great stuff. Quaker Oats. Does this cereal taste great? Who knows? But at least the box is cute. Like, that's the ad for that. It's this movie is awesome. I tried to get my kids to watch it, but you know, when it looks all 80s like, it doesn't make you want to watch it. It's like, it's the quality. I like watching those old movies because it brings me back. The kids, not so much. Hey, good morning. Holy cow. Harley Airy in the house. Ole, ole. Great to see you. Yeah, the company's Cosmo Distributors. That is Tobot. I'll tell you what, if they just get the people who drive crazy to do medical referral to get you to Guam faster, maybe that's the key. Maybe that's all you need to make sure that you're able to get to where you need to go. All right. Hey, real quick, I just want to get you guys an update about the scores from the NFL. Hold on. Let's try this music real quick. Worked on this one a little bit over the weekend. All right. Hey, if you don't remember, this week started off with the Steelers and the Bengals, week 7 of the season, where the Steelers lost to the Bengals in a battle of the old guy quarterbacks. That's right. Joe Flacco ended up beating Aaron Rodgers 33-31. Big upset. A lot of upsets today, or I should say blowouts. LA Rams just smoking the Jaguars in Duval, 35-7.
Eagles hang on to beat the Vikings, who were driving late, and Hawkinson got robbed of a touchdown. 28-22 in Minnesota. Patriots go into Tennessee to beat the Titans 31-13. Panthers beat the Jets as like everybody else. Tyrod Taylor got in the game because, my gosh, Fields got benched again, 13-6. The Browns win big at home against Miami, 31-6. Tua is going to be hot Tua pretty soon. The Bears win at home over the Saints, 26-14. The Chiefs give Andy Reid his first shutout in the regular season ever. He never had a regular season shutout. 31-0. Sorry, Raiders fans. In the late games, the Colts right now leading against the Chargers in L.A., 31-17. Danny Dimes has the ball here in the third quarter with 3:33 left to go. The Broncos losing at home right now to the Giants, 19-0. Jackson Dart is darting all over the place. And the Broncos have the ball at their own 22 with 2:36 left to go in the third quarter. Packers and Cardinals all tied up with Kyler Murray not playing today. Cardinals got the ball first and 10 on the 45 with Jacoby Brissett under center. The Commanders are losing to the Cowboys in Dallas, 27-15 with 14:21 left to go. They're just getting started in the third quarter. Late games today. Atlanta traveling to San Francisco. Okay, Santa Clara. And where the Falcons taking on the 49ers. And the Bucks and the Lions playing tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Tuesday morning for us. And it's a doubleheader too, because the Texans are going to Seattle to take on Louisa's Seahawks. What is going to happen over there in the Pacific Northwest? Who knows? But I know that some people here are going to keep a close eye to the screen for NFL action. We do too. Man, I'm telling you, it's a tough one. Dodgers going to the World Series. That's right. Shohei Ohtani just getting disgusting, smoking people as a pitcher, hitting 3 home runs. Dude hit a home run in the first inning after striking out 3 batters in the first inning. It's just Shohei Ohtani. Have we seen anyone do it better? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not in our lifetime, anyway. Of course, you know, they say Babe Ruth back in the day and all this other stuff. But this is Babe Ruth's son, because Shohei is just looking unstoppable. We'll see what happens on the ALCS side. Again, we're going to be out of here in like 3 minutes, guys, because we have to go up there to the governor's office, press conference at 9 o'clock. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and we're going to get you a real quick update. In fact, we'll play that Shohei update for you, and then we're out of here. So dispensa for the abbreviated show today. Only got 1 hour for you. And then we're going to be back again later. So, again, in about 30 minutes, we'll be up there broadcasting live from the governor's office to give you an update about EBT stuff. So here you go. Here's the update about everything that's happening in the National League.
Fox Sports Update.
All right, Shohei Ohtani hit 3 home runs last night. He also struck out 10 Brewers. Amazing stuff. Dodgers coast to the NLCS sweep, and Shohei gets the series MVP. LA, the defending champs, will sit back and wait for the ALCS winner. That series continues Sunday night in Toronto. Mariners lead the Blue Jays 3-2. Here's Seattle manager Dan Wilson after Friday's exciting home victory.
Can't say enough about the fans here in Seattle. Just how much they support us, how they come out, how they turn out, how they give us the energy we need. Another phenomenal day from the people here in Seattle, and it makes you emotional just thinking about that.
All right, those same fans did not impress Blue Jays skipper John Schneider.
It's Will Kane Country. Watch it live at noon Eastern Monday through Thursday at foxnews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss the show. Listen and follow the podcast 5 days a week at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
George Springer was hit on the right knee with a fastball, had to leave the game.
When a guy gets hit in the knee and is in obvious pain and you have 40,000 people cheering, not the right thing to do.
All right, needless to say, get me to Sunday night for Game 6. College football finals, Georgia Tech now 7-0 after defeating Duke 27-18. Oklahoma handles South Carolina 26-7. Vandy over LSU 31-24. NFL week number 7, only one winless team remains, your New York Jets. They face the Panthers tomorrow. Here's Gang Green head coach Aaron Glenn.
The focus of this week is winning this game, hands down, point blank. But also making sure that we improve. But there's no way to consistently win without improving.
All right, Sunday begins with breakfast pigskin. Rams and Jaguars will meet in London beginning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's the final London game of the season. For more scores, stories, and features, please go to foxsports.com. I'm Jay Berman.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.